Creating new technology is one of the fundamentals of Disney's animation department that keeps them flourishing. It's important to embrace technology so you're ahead of the curve, and this knowledge is typically known as movie magic. Movie magic helps make a scene come to life or make a character more lifelike to the viewer. This magic keeps the audience engrossed in the film and lets them forget they're watching a movie. Here is ScreenRant's list of 10 Disney animation movie magic secrets. Make sure to stick around to the end to hear how an everyday office product saved Disney's animation department. Sulley's fur in Monsters, Inc. The lovable blue scarer Sulley was one of Disney's most ambitious characters created back in 2001. He had over 2.3 million individual strands of fur. To be exact, 2,320,413 strands of fur. This made the render times lengthy for the animators at Disney. They would spend 11 to 12 hours just to export a single frame when Sulley was on screen. With films requiring 24 frames per second, that's a minimum of 11 days per second of film. That's a lot of overtime for the animators.
All right, men, you heard it. Code Red, repeat. We are at Code Red.
Toy soldiers walk in Toy Story. Bringing toys to life was a magical treat for kids and grown-ups alike in 1995's Toy Story. The animators knew they had to make the toys appear real and worked hard to create this enchanted world. The characters that the animators had the hardest time formulating a realistic look for were the toy soldiers because of their walk. The animators could not get the appropriate walk down, so they nailed shoes to plywood and filmed people walking around the studio. 400 plus Skellington heads in The Nightmare Before Christmas. The Nightmare Before Christmas is the first stop-motion animated feature to be entirely converted to 3D by Disney in 2006. Still, in 1993, they had to make Jack Skellington flawless on screen, which involved a painstakingly long process. 1 minute of film took an entire week to capture, and they designed over 400 distinctly different heads for the facial features of Jack Skellington. That's more heads than emotions we can even think of.
Vanellope on sweets!
Yippee! I'm in the race!
Unique characters in Wreck-It Ralph. To bring the arcade world to life, Disney's animators had a task that Cecil B. DeMille would be proud of. Wreck-It Ralph had the largest cast of unique characters created for this 2012 animated film. That is over double the amount of unique characters that are normally animated for a Disney film. For example, Tangled only had 64 unique characters. Luckily for the animators, some of these characters were only from 8-bit games. Curly hair in Brave. Claudia Chung, the simulation supervisor for Brave, stated that curly hair defies physics in the way it moves and behaves. That's why it took them years to develop the film Brave, and Merida's hair started out as a series of springs on a computer. It took the animators almost 3 years to get her hair perfect, and 2 months were spent on the scene where Merida removes her hood and reveals a full volume of hair. Sound effects in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. At the time Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was released, Jimmy McDonald was the head of Disney's sound department. He was the inventor of numerous contraptions to achieve expressive sounds, for characters like Casey Jr., the circus train engine from Dumbo, and Evinrude the dragonfly from The Rescuers. Despite the numerous sound effects he created for Snow White, it was Roy O. Disney that used his wallet to create the sound of the floor creaking with Dopey's slow footsteps.
I am wonderful! I've always wanted a nose.
Snow in Frozen. Even though other animated films have had snow in them, Frozen's filmmakers knew they had to take it to a new level. Disney's animators of Frozen consulted scientific experts about the precise physical properties of snowflakes. The animators and special effects team were even sent to Cheyenne, Wyoming to walk through snowdrifts to see how snow reacted to movement. Their work paid off and made it possible for Olaf to be a much-loved character. Xerography in 101 Dalmatians. In 1959, Walt Disney was urged to close down his animation department and focus on TV production instead. He disagreed and looked for new technology to save his dire animation department while making the film 101 Dalmatians. The technology that saved his beloved department was what is commonly known as Xerox today. Before Xerox, each cell would have to be hand-inked, and that took many hours. But with Xerography, all they had to do was make a Xerox copy. Computer Animation Production System in The Little Mermaid. Today, Computer Animation Production System, or CAPS, is widely used in animated film productions. This process was the beginning of a digital ink and paint program used to digitally color films in post-production. 1989 CAPS was tested on a scene in The Little Mermaid. It was used to color the rainbow that was across the sky. Since it was successful, Disney decided to use this process again in 1990 with The Rescuers Down Under. The rest is animation history. Rapunzel's hair in Tangled. It seems that if you want to reach new heights of technology in a Disney animated film, make the character's hair complicated. The algorithm that manages the way Rapunzel's hair moves is based on similar algorithms for cloth. At the end of the When Will My Life Begin montage, you can see this algorithm in motion as she tosses her hair around in a spiral. The hair almost looks like ribbon being flung around her room and makes for a beautiful scene. What do you think of our video? Did we skip over any of your favorite movie magic secrets from Disney films? Sound off in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fun videos. Don't forget to watch another fun video from ScreenRant by picking one now. Thanks for watching.